The Duncan Duo Real Estate Show, talking about the local real estate market. Have Linda Saavedra from Show Homes Tampa. Linda's successful staging has worked wonderfully for us. We had a house on West Shore in South Tampa that she staged recently. Had a bidding war, under contract in 6 days, closed in less than 30 days. Had another one recently on Cheville Road. I'm
Yep.
probably okay. I'm horrible at pronunciation, but and it sold for. It was on the market 126 days. With the highest offer of $350, you guys staged it. 7 days later, it sells for $378.
Yes.
Pretty remarkable success story. But I think that's really the truth of what staging is. It is an investment into a greater gain in equity of your home. You know, with proper staging, you're going to make more money. You're going to sell it more quickly. So if you've got a home sitting out there that hasn't sold, it's been on the market, you're frustrated. Give us a call. We can set up our marketing plan with Linda's staging, and I think that's the 1-2 punch to get your home sold quickly. So, Linda, one of the things that consumers are always concerned about with staging, they always want to know, well, what is it that you're going to do? And sometimes they want to do it themselves. Hey, well, why don't I figure out what Linda's going to do and attempt to do it myself? And I think the funny thing is we in the real estate industry have that same challenge. But a lot of people don't have that unique talent, to determine how a home should be spaced, or, how the furniture should sit in there. And, what are some of the first tips you usually give somebody, or some of the first things you do maybe, when you're looking at staging a property that really, helps our sellers get more money?
Well, without question, one of the major things that we talk to sellers about is decluttering and organizing their stuff. And really that is in preparation to stage. So we all collect stuff, and when it's time to sell your house, it's a completely different look that we're wanting to create, and it's really about, again, removing, decluttering, organizing, kind of preparing for the staging.
Right, they don't want the NASCAR collection on the
No,
wall,
no, those deer heads have
or the
to come down.
flags. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And it's funny, but sometimes when you live in a property for a long time, I think you forget, how much your stuff could turn someone off. Like, even from a standpoint of the religious mementos.
Yes.
You have people with, and obviously we have a lot of conservatives that listen to our show, and a lot of Christians, but the religious mementos can turn off someone who may not have the same religious belief to you, and you know what, their money spends the same as everyone else's, and I think it's important that, we had a scenario a few years ago, kind of a funny story. We were selling a house that had, Christian, real Christian decor in it, and the guy that was going to buy it was Japanese and not Christian, and he actually requested on his second showing to have all of the religious mementos removed before he came in and looked at it. Being proactive, I think, that's where staging comes
Yes.
in. You come through and say, hey, look, that needs to go. Like, if someone comes in here of a different faith, they're going to be offended by, walking right into the cross. With Jesus on the cross is the first thing they see when they walk into the house. It's going to set the wrong tone. So, what about the smell that sells? I read this article that you guys had posted, and we talked about this on the show before, and I think scents, the scent, the smell that people have can really make a difference. It's why you see, my wife and I go to Las Vegas about every 6 months, and there's a casino there, Aria. Okay, my wife loves the smell from Aria. She buys the incense and brings them home because it's such an awesome scent. And it's the same thing. It's a scent that almost promotes you thinking about probably spending money or putting money down on the casino or buying a drink or whatever it is. But I think you can learn the same thing from that with other retailers, that when you're selling a home, you've got to have a scent that's pleasing but not overbearing.
Right, absolutely. Well, remembering that, buying a home is really an emotional decision. So buyers that come into a home, it's sight and smell. So something that's very subtle, organic, natural, vanilla, the chocolate chip cookie candle thing, those can be kind of overpowering. And also you need to be aware of, odors in the home. If they have pets, if they're smokers, vacant homes have that stale, old smell. You really need to set the stage. It's all about that experience, walking in, connecting, and those soft smells that are good, warm fuzzies, that's what attracts buyers.
And the same thing, you mentioned like being able to emotionally attach. I mean, we're always telling people, the mural that you have of yourself in the
Yes.
living room needs to go.
Yes.
The whole wall of family pictures
Yes.
generally needs to go. Because the challenge is, what happens is the buyer comes in and looks at those, and then it feels like your home instead of them
Yes.
envisioning it as theirs.
Absolutely.
So again, you're listening to the Duncan Duo Real Estate Show here on 970 WFLA.